So today we're going to talk about green labeling. Some of you may have heard about green labeling. It's basically when companies put on a nice, pretty word or description about their product that makes it sound like maybe better than it actually is. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what companies do, why they do that, and how you can be smarter than that. So you might think like, oh, I'm good, I use natural products, or I use clean products, or I use non-toxic products. But what does that really mean? The problem is in today's society, we don't have too many regulations on what it means. Like anybody can mark a product as natural. So I could go out and whip up some chemical concoction and market it to consumers as natural because it's an unregulated word. One of the most interesting things that I've read or that I've heard recently was probably in Supersize Me 2. You probably, if you remember, we had to watch it in my health class back in 7th grade. Was Supersize Me 1, where he goes and he eats all of the nasty McDonald's food for I don't know how long, way too long, and he got fat and sick and all this kind of stuff. So he comes back, he's a little bit more healthy now, and he decides to open up his own restaurant. So it's going to be a chicken restaurant. They do like a chicken sandwich kind of thing. And he goes through all of the legal processes to make sure that his food seems like super, super healthy. That's what people want these days. We want things that are non-toxic because we're realizing that it's more important for us to be able to take care of our health this way. So he goes through and he markets his chicken as hormone-free, natural, cage-free, free range, all of this kind of stuff. So he called it a grilled crispy sandwich. It was still just a fried sandwich, but it was grilled crispy. And he actually went in and painted on these little char grilled marks to make it seem like it's a grilled crispy sandwich. They're like, oh, we don't say the F word in here, the fried word. So just goes to show that that people are going to kind of give you what you want or tell you what they think you want to hear in order for you to use their product. But it ends up that his sandwich is just the same as any other sandwich. His free range chickens had like 3 square foot of sun for all 50,000 of them or whatever it is. And you don't realize all of the marketing that goes into it to create what they call the health halo. So it looks nice. He puts lots of greens in his restaurant. Things look very like organic and real and natural. And the marketing that he uses is made for that effect, so that consumers will feel a little bit more of a peace of mind thinking that they have this natural product or this natural food that they're eating. Well, unfortunately, that's what most companies do. So they're going to market to you because we as consumers have said we want natural products, we want organic, we want these non-toxic products that are going to be safe for our families. And so the companies have just taken those words and implemented them into their marketing strategies. So you'll see lots of products that are natural, non-toxic. We saw this a lot with gluten-free when that was a huge thing. Everything all of a sudden was gluten-free. Like your frozen peas were gluten-free. Like they were gluten-free before. Why did it even matter? But the companies knew that that was going to catch somebody's eye, and all of a sudden somebody was going to buy frozen peas where they may not have before because yay, it's gluten-free. So for example, you guys, we were walking through the mall the other day. I've never personally used Origins, but we walked past one of their little booths that was set up there, and it looks so nice. It's very earthy looking. Like things come in like little cardboard boxes. The tree is their symbol, and everything looks and smells even. It smells very natural. Well, we flipped it over because I was excited to try some of the testers. There's like a million different ingredients on that list, and guess what was on there? My favorite, phenoxyethanol, which I really am sure that's not how you say it. But I can't believe it. Like I thought that that was a very natural, very safe product and company brand. And sorry if you guys love Origins, I'm really sorry. But just goes to show they are really good at their job. They market very well. They they greenwash everything, and you just have to know what you're looking for. So you have to be really diligent in knowing what is in your product and what you want to be in your product. Maybe more specifically, what you don't want to be in your product. So I know for a long time, especially in food, there was the idea if you can't read the ingredients on the ingredient label, then that means like it's not good for you. But that's not necessarily true, because a lot of the times when you're using non-toxic, especially like beauty products and cleaning supplies and that kind of stuff, you're gonna have an ingredient label that has lots of herbs, lots of different plants in it, and they're gonna use the scientific name for the plant, which I personally cannot pronounce. There's a lot of crazy ones. Like one of my favorite face washes from Clover Tree Apothecary, it has all like natural, organic, whatever kind of ingredients in it. But here it has this Melaleuca alternifolia, which I know some people would not probably be able to pronounce very well. I'm pretty positive I didn't pronounce it right there, but guess what? It's just tea tree oil, and that's something that's very helpful and beneficial for you. It's a great example of why if you can't pronounce something on a label, it's not necessarily bad for you. And just because you can pronounce it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you either. So that's why it's super important for you to understand what the ingredients are, what to avoid, and why to avoid them. So that's what we'll go into more in depth in this entire channel and all of the different videos that we do here. Another example is my husband's hair product. This is a really great example because the ingredient list here is coconut oil, bentonite clay, beeswax, and lavender oil. 4 ingredients, all organic. So those are going to be ingredients that are going to be health promoting, beneficial to his health, or at least neutral, versus not helping his health at all, being totally unhealthy and maybe even harming his sperm count, which we don't want. Pray for the babies. So in summary, guys, just because something looks like it's healthy on the label, just because it says that it's clean on the label, doesn't necessarily mean that it is. And a lot of the times these ingredients can be found lurking in the ingredient list, and they may look like just kind of nothing, or you may not be familiar at all with reading labels, ingredient labels. So the point of this channel is to help you. We'll go in depth into a lot of these different chemicals and ingredients that are found in many of these healthcare products and many cleaning products, and we'll be able to help you navigate your way through so you know which products are going to be helpful to your health and which ones are going to be harmful. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ask your questions, and we will be back again next time to talk about a little bit more of all of this. Okay, thanks. Bye guys.